This year at Enactus Bangor, our focus turned towards our team's shared passion for mental health. With a team dominated by psychology students, we decided to play to our strengths and focus on building projects which took the SDG of good health and well-being and focused specifically on mental well-being. So, what's the big issue that we decided to address?
Government research has consistently shown worrying patterns of poor mental health amongst men in the UK and a steadily worsening mental health crisis amongst our youth. 1 in 6 children aged 5 to 16 are likely to have a mental health condition, and the likelihood of a child having a mental health condition has increased by more than 50% over the last 15 years. Yet only half of young people choose to speak to their doctor or to access support, and waiting lists are becoming much, much longer.
As a result, demand for private therapists and counsellors has expanded dramatically. Boys often feel unable to convey their feelings in an accurate way, or even understand that what they feel isn't always normal.
Mental health problems in childhood, such as anxiety and depression, are often repressed instead of faced and carried over into adulthood. In fact, men are less likely to access psychological therapies than women, comprising only 36% of NHS referrals. This figure does not align with the prevalence of mental health issues among men. Men report lower levels of life satisfaction than women and are tragically 3 times more likely to die by suicide. In addition, men are far more likely than women to go missing, sleep rough, become dependent on alcohol and use drugs frequently.
To address this, we created Reach Out, a project supporting the mental health well-being of young men between the ages of 16 to 18, who often fall through the gaps of mental health safety nets. This period between adolescence and adulthood is vital, and poor mental health at this time can negatively impact attainment in school, forming healthy relationships, career prospects, and overall life satisfaction.
Existing schemes in place for this age group typically do not address boys specifically, and only begin to support the young people at all once they're already known to the mental health service. We want to help these young men before they reach that point. By teaching boys how to deal with mental health challenges when they arise, through the accessible method of peer support, we aim to prevent mental health from becoming a critical issue when those same boys grow into men.
Reach Out hopes to create a safe space for beneficiaries to mix and open up within community venues, where talking about emotions is encouraged and reinforced with fun activities. We will also be offering talks and focus groups in schools and youth groups as one-off sessions teaching mental health literacy and emotional resilience techniques.
We hope to give the project continuity using 2 key models, our peer support model and a teach the teacher model. After discussions with senior researchers at the Mental Health Foundation, it was recommended that we maximise our reach by training students to be group facilitators in their own area for their own community. They themselves would be educated on how best to engage with the beneficiaries and provided with tested structures as to how to run the sessions. We believe that A-level and degree-level students alike on psychology and childcare related subjects may find a lot of benefit in the work experience opportunity of being a facilitator.
The Mental Health Foundation also provided us with information regarding the effectiveness of peer support models. We believe that Reach Out sessions would be able to minimise costs and volunteer expenses by taking full advantage of this peer support approach. The sessions would be self-sustained by engagement from the young people with each other and with student volunteers. By providing them with an emotional toolkit and a safe space, these young men would be able to do all of the hard work themselves in a supportive environment.
We have also spoken with facilitators from an established men's mental health group, Andy's Man Club. Simon Edwards, lead facilitator of AMC Wigan and Lee, shared his story of mental health struggles with us and gave us this testimony.
Hi, my name's Simon Edwards. I've been working with and chatting to Emma Holderness and Reese regarding their Reach Out project, which I think is fantastic. They really are onto a good thing there. But I think this Reach Out, what Emma and Reese are doing, it's fantastic. And when I was sexually abused as a child, it was between the ages of 10 and 18. And there was nothing, absolutely nothing. Obviously I couldn't speak to any family about it. There was no services that you could speak to. As such, I didn't really speak to doctors or anything because I couldn't. But what Emma's doing is it's hitting that age group, and there really needs to be something there for people to talk, and they just need to reach out, contact Emma, contact Reese through the uni. It's fantastic. I just wish there'd have been something like that when I was younger.
Simon offered us AMC's tried and tested model for their sessions to adapt for our younger beneficiary group. Their system involves 5 questions designed to guide conversation as a football is passed around the circle to give every man a chance to speak if he wishes. This discourages speaking over one another or offering unsolicited comments or advice. It's believed that this appeals more to men, as it doesn't feel so much like they're being therapized to.
For securing an initial grant from ASDA's partner competition and making it to the final round, we hope to raise funds to buy promotional materials that we can distribute to schools and youth groups, as well as activities that appeal to today's youth. This is to make the sessions fun and to allow the boys to both wind down and bond with each other, forming closer ties within which they can access social support whilst at school or college.
To further tailor our session model, we've created 2 short anonymous questionnaires, one aimed at adults, including teachers, parents, and those with experience in mental health issues, and another at the target beneficiary group of young men. Using the findings from our questionnaires, we hope to gauge the needs and concerns of the beneficiaries and those closest to them, as well as any interests and hobbies we might be able to incorporate. We want this to feel not like therapy, but like a fun social club they look forward to attending, where we encourage open and honest dialogue and healthy masculinity.
In the future, we hope to expand this beneficiary group to address 11 to 15-year-olds, though due to safeguarding concerns within this group, we are focusing for now on older boys as we work towards running our pilot.
But Reach Out is not our only project. We've also been adapting the long-standing Mind Over Body project to narrow our beneficiary group to better serve university students from marginalised backgrounds. And we have been able to reach impact.
Just over 1/3 of adults say that they have felt anxious or depressed because of their body image. In today's society, body image is a top-ranked issue of concern, and it has increased worldwide over the last 30 years. Having a negative body perception can impact your self-esteem, emotional regulation, and self-acceptance, and this is often only enhanced in groups who feel underrepresented within their community, or who have to sit and watch hostility against people who look like them play out on a TV screen.
Mind Over Body is a project promoting body positivity and good mental well-being through education. By providing a platform for sharing stories, we aim to not only increase confidence and awareness of body image issues, but also increase understanding and compassion between groups who may not look like one another. The personal stories create a safe space to deconstruct negative perceptions, a space for vulnerability and awareness, as well as a catalyst for healing and self-compassion to develop.
We hope that by teaching about the various influences that shape our body image, from the media to cultural norms and family expectations, we can help to deconstruct where negative body perceptions stem from, towards others and towards ourselves.
The moment I was aware about my complex towards being called skinny, it made me realise how much my culture affected my body perception. Thus, I realised that I shouldn't blame myself and that other people can relate to the impact this has.
After receiving feedback from student services and 2 academics researching body perception, the pressing need for this project to be implemented became all the more apparent. We initiated the needs assessment process by creating a survey to gather insight into the types of activities that people would best engage with.
We found that 71% of people would appreciate a platform to share their story anonymously, and 57% would find a focus group setting helpful in discussing body positivity within a diverse community of others.
We didn't need to look further than our own university to see how such a session could be run for students between the ages of 18 to 25. We chose this group as students fall victim to many pressures while away from home for the first time, including pressures to change the way that they present themselves. Some also experience exposure to groups of people they may never have interacted with before, from various nations and ethnic backgrounds. This only strengthens the need for peer-to-peer learning and understanding.
Project Leader and Counselling Master student Jocelyn has so far delivered 4 talks to a total of 81 beneficiaries.
I tapped into the detrimental effects of fat phobia, external factors that negatively impact body image, and shared the power of story sharing in fostering togetherness. The key message is that everyone leaves the group knowing you are not alone and have never been alone. Here's some feedback that we've received.
I really enjoyed the talk. I felt like I could relate to it and it just lifted my spirit. I see myself in a more positive light and I want to be more optimistic moving forward.
I loved it, honestly. I thought she articulated herself very well. I enjoyed the visuals, it wasn't too much, and I liked the testimonies. She's answered questions, and for me, she generated a thought process about challenging why you think and why you say things.
The presentation was good. It emphasises on young women growing up, especially in this social media era, and the importance of positive company. I also learned that one's language, or the language we use, has an effect on people.
Achieving body positivity is an ongoing process which Mind Over Body hopes to guide and nurture, with funding to produce workbooks that beneficiaries could use to track their personal journey, as well as promotional materials for sessions. We hope to help so many more people to become more compassionate with themselves by examining the way they've been conditioned to feel about their body.
From everyone at Enactus Bangor, thank you for listening to our presentation.